Hey, this is Joe Blasco again. I have been getting a lot of calls, and people are asking, how do I select a foundation color? And it's very simple. You simply go to joeblasco.com and you look for the chart, the foundation chart, the base matching chart. And on that chart, you will see at the very top, across the top, there are various headings. Caucasian, extra light, medium, and dark, and extra dark Caucasian. Then there's Asian, Hispanic, and then there's extra light, light, medium, and dark, etc. And then dark skin, extra light, light, medium, and dark, etc. So you find your category at the very top of that chart. Once you find that category, then you look straight down under the category heading, and there's a box there, and it'll list all of the bases, all of the foundations that will work well for you. Now, there's not just one. There could be two, there could be three, there's sometimes even 4 foundations that will work well for you. And any one of them, no matter which one you choose from that box, it's going to be a good color for you, all right? The differences are just a slight bit in undertone, which really only makes a difference if it's going to be used for professional video, digital photography or still photography, all right, or television videotape. But if you're using it for streetwear, as you are, you don't have to worry about that. So any one of those colors will work for you. Now, some people actually like to buy several of the colors, and some of them have bought all 4, like in some of the boxes there are 4 foundations listed. They buy all 4 of them, and then they play and they experiment, and they take their foundation brush and they mix it, and they mix them together, and they create little, custom foundation colors for themselves. And that's good because sometimes, you're not always the same color. In the winter, sometimes you don't get as much sun, so you're not quite as dark. And in the summer, you're maybe a little darker. Sometimes you're going to be seen under candlelight, so you want your makeup to be a little more vibrant, a little lighter. Sometimes you're going to be seen out in daylight, or you're going to the market or wherever you may go where the light may be brighter, so you need your makeup to be a little bit darker. So you can toy around with it. You can play with it. You can experiment with it, as a makeup artist does, and come up with your own custom color. So you find your category up on top, and then you go down the column, all right? First will be the foundations, and then after that will be all the various other colors from the line, like highlighting colors and shading colors and cream cheek colors and compact face powder and loose face powder and our concealers. Now keep in mind, our concealer is called Dermaseal, so don't be confused by that. When you see the word Dermaseal, you're going to know that it is a concealer. How are you going to know? Because I'm telling you, okay? And this product is amazing. It's really hard in the container, so you have to take your finger and you have to press it really hard, rub it around real good until you pick up the pigment, see? And then you just press it on the areas that you want to conceal, all right? And you can even take a palette knife. I've had some people use a butter knife, and they take it out with a butter knife, right? And they actually spatulate it onto the area they want to conceal. Then they take the finger and they blot it or pat it out, and they smooth it out real well. But here's what you got to remember: it is an extremely highly pigmented makeup, 85% pigment. Now our foundations are between 50 and 55% pigment, but this is higher. It's 85% pigment, all right? So that means it's really going to cover. So you don't need a lot of it. So you just put a very, very thin amount of it, and it's going to do its job, all right? Now, don't ask me how we get that much pigment in there. We have special mixing equipment, and we formulate and we make each of the pigments differently before we combine them, and it's a whole process that I invented way, way, way back in the late 1970s. And it's really worked, and it works incredibly. So you're able to create an actual foundation that will cover any problem that you may have, all right? So there you have it. Now you know how to use the color chart. You understand about Dermaseal, and actually you know a little bit about how much pigment there is in the product, all right? So thank you so much. And go to that color chart. Go to that. It's not a color chart. It's actually a chart with, it has all words rather than colors. And but it's very easy to use. And by looking at that chart and following it exactly as I've just explained, you will be able to select the perfect color just for you.